Yeah.
Yeah.
We are here.
Pie folk, what it is, dog.
We are on time.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us. We are timely today out this bitch. We are here. Toast to you, good sir. I see you got the I see you got the gear to show out. Yeah, you got some.
Yeah, brother.
You got some of that Jason merch. Yo, let me go ahead and put that ticker on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
brother.
Jason merch. You see that ticker
We
right there?
all know we gotta lead by example. You know what I'm saying?
Dang,
So it is what
Jason
it
merch
is.
now
Yeah.
available right there. You see that? Yeah, you see that?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So, how was your week, bro? How was your week, King? How you been?
My week was very productive. You know, I've been thankful for this whole year basically, and I'm a person that tends to take things day by day, and everything has just been going well according to schedule. Not many interruptions, and I'm just thankful that I'm able to just power through each and every day and just make the best of it and just reach my goals, whether it be near or distant. They're all
Okay.
being achieved. So I'm very thankful for it at this moment in time. And, you know, everyone within my family, you know, is all right as well, which
Okay.
also keeps me at ease, basically. But other
That's
than
dope.
that, you know, everything is just going pretty swell at this moment in time. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's what's it. I love when things go. I love when things go according to plan. I love when a plan comes together. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
nice little plan is coming together. So we're pretty
Me,
much psyched.
my physical therapist has been whooping my ass
Mm-hmm.
past couple of sessions, but
You're a
it's a
soldier.
good thing. Yeah, it's a
You're
good
a
thing.
soldier.
So I'm not tripping over it. I feel it. I feel it the next day, but it feel good because I'm that person that if I go to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
I might work. I'm gonna work out, but I'm gonna work out. Like I'm gonna do a little something here, lift
Right.
some weights. But if I got a trainer,
Mm.
I love being pushed. I love being pushed. So that's what it. I love working. I love being pushed. I love that. Yeah, I love breaking that sweat. I love feeling like I'm doing something. But it's different when
Give
someone
me
else
two
is
more. Give me two
motivating.
more. Give me two
Yeah,
more.
it's different when you're getting motivated by an outside source.
Yeah.
And so that's great. That's great for me. So he's been pushing, and I've been doing it. Outside of that, man, kicking it. That looks good, sir. That looks
Yes,
good.
sir.
I'm
Yes,
gonna get
sir.
some. I'm gonna
I
get
don't
some of my
know.
gear going.
I don't know if they come in different colors, but
They only
this
come in the
color's
white.
pretty cool. They
They
only
only
come in
come in the
white for
white, but I
now.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like it.
I mean, what's amazing about this thermo is the fact that it's not bullshit. You know, like I put in a drink around 12 p.m. for instance, and I leave it in, I leave it out anywhere,
What's
whether it be
up,
in the
Thickums?
car, whether it be in the living room or whatever the case is. And
Okay.
whatever substance I put in it that's cold, it stays cold.
Oh yeah.
And I'm talking about like after like 6 and 7. So we're talking about several hours after. Like this is,
Wonderful, wonderful.
and thank you to Sincere Da Vinci, man. I mean, he just working magic, man, and just putting us onto all this great merch.
I work a
Shout
lot
out to
behind.
you.
I work a lot behind the scenes, bro. So do you. But hey, you got to work for yourself. I'd rather do it for me than do it for us than do it for somebody
Mm-hmm.
else. Hey, shout out to Barbara.
Barbs,
What's up, Bobs? What's up, Thickums?
what's happening?
I hope you both are well. Glad to have you back. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, we are.
Glad to have you back. We got to get you on the show soon. We
Mm-hmm.
got to get you now that we got the cameras and all. We got to get you on here.
You know
We
what she
got to
told me
get you
over
on here
the
with the
phone?
cameras at the crazy.
She was telling me over the phone that we can't really talk that much about sports because she doesn't have anything to say
Love you
towards
too.
that.
Well, you know what? It's crazy. When she's on, that's cool. But right now,
Love you too.
unfortunately, right now is one of those moments in the year when it's
All about sports.
really about sports. You have the Olympics, free agency in the NBA draft, NFL season starting, MLB trade deadline. Like it's a lot going on. So we do try not to bog the show down with
Correct.
sports.
Right.
Today is gonna be is gonna have a lot of sports topics, but I promise you stick around. We're gonna touch on a couple things that aren't sports related that are very important.
So what did you say?
Mm.
She's talking about that's not what she said. She said she tunes us out basically when she puts on sports.
Oh, she might, but there's a whole lot of folks that love when we talk sports. So it's
we gotta please everybody.
We gotta try to please everybody. So
try to please everybody.
Bob Thickums, if it makes you feel any better, there's gonna be a couple things about sports, but it's gonna be predominantly be about sports. But there's gonna be a huge conversation about homosexuality and hip hop.
Yeah.
So if you believe me, you don't want to miss that. So let's go ahead and start out. I'm going to go ahead and start out by saying my nephew has a name.
Finally. We finally got a name.
His name is Braxton. So welcome, baby Braxton. I was with him this week, and man, he's absolute bundle of joy.
Happy baby.
Man, he's happy. I was holding him. I felt like he was mine, bro. Like it was crazy. Then of course, Bam's still my little guy. So we went out for ice cream and did all that great stuff. So that's I love homosexuality. All I'm about to say, you're Haitian. We know you don't mean that. Anyway.
Wait, what is that supposed to mean?
What's good, Brian? It's a joke.
What's good, B?
Hey, Haitian, relax, B. I ain't even get in my bag yet. If y'all niggas offended by this, I ain't even get in my bag yet. We in the first couple minutes. I ain't even get in my bag yet.
We just trying to get in off.
Also, my homeboy Malcolm, he's tuning into the show. He's one of my 2K homies.
Malcolm, what it is though. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now.
He just had his son. His son name is Jackson. So welcome, young Jackson. He is currently with him right now at a doctor's appointment. I'm not sure if he's listening, but he sends his love. He sends everything. So shout out to him. Shout out to the baby. We're glad that everybody is healthy. And we are glad that everybody is living their lives right now and doing the best that they can.
Speaking about the baby.
We're gonna get there. We're not starting with that. We can't start with it. We'll never get to anything else.
Now we can start with this merch though and this thermo.
There you go. Go get the Jason merch.
Yeah.
You got hoodies and coffee cups and adult beverage. I'm getting a beer mug and all types of shit. We're getting all types of shit. T-shirts, we got leggings. I think we got some panties, maybe. We got all types of shit happening. Yeah. We got socks.
Some thongs out there for the
all that. So if whatever's your taste, go hit the merch shop, look it up. It's in the bio, it's in the link tree, wherever you need it. I'm sure there's a link everywhere. If you don't have it, hit us, we'll send it directly to you. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean?
And the prices are very comfortable.
Happy birthday to my niece Annabelle.
Happy birthday,
Annabelle.
Many more.
Yes. Happy birthday, Brian. He sends you. Of course, Papa Brian sends you. Happy birthday. But I'm shouting you out. Happy birthday. Enjoy your birthday, baby girl. Okay, enjoy. I don't know what y'all got planned. I'm not near you, but I wish nothing but greatness for you.
How old is she? Do you know?
I don't want to get to lying because I'm gonna say the wrong. So,
but she's a toddler.
Brian, let me know. She's a youngin. She's got to be like 5, maybe.
Okay.
5.
So it sounds like
Brian,
Chuck E. Cheese. Sounds like a Chuck E. Cheese affair.
Let us know how old she is, B. Also, while we're here, I want to give 2 RIPs really quickly. Well, first, RIP to TikTok star Anthony Baharis, and his girlfriend. Well, they were on their first date. Riley Goodrich. I'm not going to say the gentleman's name who.
It's not
the atrocity.
And we don't do that as a podcast here.
Yeah,
we don't mention the perpetrators here.
Oh, she was 9. Good Lord, shit. 9. Good Lord, I was way off.
All right, so maybe not Chuck E. Cheese. Maybe Dave.
Maybe Chuck E. Cheese. Who knows?
Maybe Dave and Buster's.
But yeah, it's definitely one of those things where
Very unfortunate.
They were murdered during
A movie screening.
the screening of The Purge, which the way it all went down makes no sense to me. There were only 6 tickets sold to the entire screening, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to the skating rink. Okay, cool, awesome. There were only 6 tickets sold for the entire screening. The gentleman who committed this tragedy killed them.
Yeah.
And then no one noticed that anything had happened until the movie was over and they found their bodies at the end of the movie.
So wait a second. You're trying to say that no one in the crowd heard gunshots or like anything? They didn't hear anything?
You have to assume that there were 6 people. So only 3 other people had tickets. Okay. Maybe they did it, weren't in the theater already. Maybe they thought that the gunshots they were hearing were in the film. Mm-hmm. But there was no commotion and no one found these young people's bodies until the film was over. And they started to walk through to clean up and notice that these 2 young people were dead on the floor.
I mean,
if you want to be specific, if you want to be all the way specific, mm-hmm. Anthony wasn't past that. Anthony hadn't passed away yet. He was shot in the eye. He was still on
life support.
He was on life support until yesterday.
Correct.
Riley was shot in the head and passed away immediately.
Yeah. She was 18, I think she was.
Yeah,
correct?
Yeah. And he was 19.
So unfortunate. So unfortunate.
Rest in peace to him and her. I hope that their families find a way to grieve and get on with their lives.
Yeah, peace and condolences,
losing a loved one. Losing a loved one is always hard. And
especially in a senseless manner.
It's crazy. So
it's pretty crazy. It's like it was a typical movie screening, and they were murdered.
I've been to a dozen of them. I've been to a dozen of these things. It's sad where you can't be safe anywhere.
No, you can't.
It's crazy.
And it makes me think like maybe these establishments need to have metal detectors again, even if it's a movie screening.
It's sad. But once again, we wish you the best. Also, another passing away.
Condolences to the family.
Another passing away we had. I'm gonna let Jay go ahead because this was a little bit out of my league.
No, it's not. Well, we're gonna welcome you within the league as well because you're an avid supporter of the Dominican community.
Always.
And
I got my white shoes with the tips on them.
Exactly.
Ready. I had the and I know how to
with no socks. With no socks.
No socks. And I know how to do the ja 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 ja. Yeah, so I'm with it.
Yeah, basically, I just wanted to take the time out to send my condolences to the Ventura family. At this moment in time, we definitely lost an icon. This is a person that we deem like an Elvis to us, like a James Brown of the Dominican community. He revolutionized merengue to what it is today. And he opened the door for so many other people. He was a social advocate. He helped out many people in the community that needed help. He was also involved with politics aside from music. So his death pretty much hit us. It hit us pretty hard. And my mom danced to his music. My grandmother danced to his music as well. So he had an impact on many generations. And, it was just one of those losses. He died at the age of 81. And he has a striking resemblance to my dad. And that's one of the more eerie things about it. And my sister would agree with that too. And, we definitely lost an icon living, as the saying goes.
That's amazing.
My respects, go out, to Johnny Ventura. And he was such a polarizing figure in the sense where even the president at that point in time, I'm talking about sometime around the 80s, between the 80s and 90s, there was one president. His name was Joaquin Balaguer.
Okay.
He actually, she tried to execute a plan to have him executed because he would speak, against the government. So in a low-key kind of way, the president also tried to get him, basically assassinated.
Oh, Lord.
And and because of that, he actually had to basically leave to the island of Puerto Rico, for a significant amount of time until the tensions basically eased down, because he was basically the voice of the people, similar to what Bob Marley was to Jamaica, as he was the voice of the masses. Johnny Ventura was actually the same person.
I gotta do my Googles,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
I feel like that's something that I should be a little more versed in. If that's a story I need to be more versed in it.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
definitely.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
he was an incredible figure. We're talking about 64 years in the music industry.
Shit.
And we're talking about a lot of success. You know, he collaborated with the biggest Latin performers out there. And he was like one of the first like Latinos to like grace events like the Madison Square Garden, Viña del Mar in Chile. He basically roamed the world with just
Gotcha.
merengue. And since he revolutionized it, you know, he was also marginalized at one point, because, you know, when you start a movement, people are going to question you because they don't understand.
Right.
So he basically just powered through, you know, all that negativity and everything that was opposing him. And he just made merengue into a brand, because
Okay.
merengue more so became a brand after he revolutionized it, which was beautiful, you know.
Nice.
So it's a lot. He lived a very, very interesting life.
Okay.
And, you know,
If
I
you're
just wanted to
interested,
pay my respects.
go please Google Johnny Ventura. All
Mm-hmm.
right. R.I.P. Gentlemen. We're gonna go
R.I.P.
ahead.
Yep.
I'm gonna
They
go
called him
ahead.
El Caballo Mayor.
What does that mean? What does
The
that translate to?
major, just it translates to the major horse.
Okay. I also wanted to give a shout out really quickly. I wanted to give a shout out to Jamaica's women's track team.
Come on.
Jamaica's
They doing
woman track team
fantastic.
with the clean sweep of the women's 100
Bruh.
meter. You had Elaine Thompson Hara winning gold, Shelly Ann Fraser Price taking silver, and Sherika Jackson taking bronze. Three
Wagwan.
Jamaican women winning all three medals in one event. Shout out Jamaica. Wagwan. Yes.
Yo, I'm talking.
Yes.
Yo, when it comes to running and it comes to Jamaica, they got the shit on lock.
Big facts. Shout out Usain
They
Bolt.
got the shit on lock, and they're continuing the tradition of Usain Bolt. Shout out to the ladies out there in Jamaica.
Yes. And while we're here, let's go ahead and show the GOAT some love. Simone Biles. Simone Biles has officially declared she will do balance beams tomorrow, Tuesday.
Niggas in trouble.
Y'all niggas is in trouble.
You niggas is in
Y'all
trouble.
is in trouble. The GOAT back.
The GOAT is
The
back.
GOAT back.
She got up from the bench. You
She
niggas
not
in
playing with
trouble.
y'all no more, bro.
Nah.
Bro, we've spoken about Simone before.
Look at this. Look at this. I got goosebumps. Just talking about Simone Biles.
We've spoken about Simone before, but it's really something when you think about how dominant she is at what she does.
Bro, they've had to switch the rules because of her.
To where they penalize her because she does tricks that no one else can physically pull off. That's insane. That is insane.
It's like, wait, we have to put rules because you're doing these motherfuckers dirty.
Insane. I also love the fact that she's taking care of her health and she's taking care of, you know, her mental, because that is worth so much more when this is all said and done. Don't get it wrong. She's an Olympian. She's the GOAT. But one day those physical attributes will fade to where she can no longer be where she is. And if her mental health isn't where it needs to be, she could be another one of those athletes or stars or someone who burns out of something and it doesn't turn out well.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you know, we're gonna not let that happen. So once again, Simone, we love you from the Jason Podcast, from America, from all of us. Continue being great. Continue being wonderful. Whether you win a fucking medal, whether you win a medal or not, you are phenomenal. You are phenomenal for being you, for what you represent, for the light you have shined on Black women everywhere, for the light you have shined on yourself. We love you. We absolutely love you. So
shout out to you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, Cuddy. Absolutely. She's the GOAT.
Yes, sir.
By far.
Not even a question, bro.
Everybody's here. She's right the fuck up
Not
here.
even a
you
question.
You can't even see my hand right now. This is what's That's a fact.
Not even a question right now. Okay, so let's go ahead.
She's our superhero.
We're gonna move into this is gonna be a heavily this moment in time. I'm just giving you a heads up. Okay. We're about to heavily get into the Lakers.
Oh my God.
Because the Lakers have had a lot of activity in the last.
Barbs, you can take a water break right now if you want. Continue, sir. I'm sorry.
Before we go there, I'm gonna throw two things up. One, Kawhi last night opted out of his Clippers players option. He opted out, which means he is an unrestricted free agent. The reason for the opt-out is that he apparently wants to make more money. He wants to stay in LA, but we all know Kawhi Leonard is as finicky as they come, especially once he loses faith in a organization's medical staff, which he has already, because he felt that the Clippers downplayed his injury during the playoffs. She said, "I'm in the shower. You good? What kind of soap you got in the shower? What kind of soap you got? You got the smell good soap? No, we're not even gonna go there with you today, Bobs. We're not doing that. Maybe
caress. No, all right.
You got that little rose in the shower with you? Not a little rose that vibrate and suck all at the same time. Anyway, we're not gonna. They were talking about that. I still haven't seen one of these in action, bro. If you know what it is, you let us know. Anyway,
yeah, please.
Anyway, Kawhi opted out of his contract.
His contract, basically,
because he wants more money. But I would not be surprised if he ends up somewhere else. And even if he does end up back in LA, the crazy thing is there are teams getting significantly better right now with free agency and trades. And where do y'all wasn't good enough? Look, y'all wasn't good enough to get a ring when they thought you had it that first year.
Right.
Last year you were hurt.
Right.
This year you're gonna miss half the season minimum because you're hurt. And the Lakers are getting better. The Warriors are gonna get better because Clay is coming back.
Correct.
The Nets just picked up Forbes from the Bucks. Blake Griffin is gonna come back as a Clipper. There's a bunch of free agents out there right now. If Kawhi signs his contract, ain't gonna be a lot of money left for the Clippers to play with to keep up with what's happening right now. So how do you feel about Kawhi opting out?
I mean, I think it's a typical NBA move by a player, because the thing is, what I constantly tell people is that the NBA is really a players' league in the sense where the players have the ultimate say and have the ultimate power.
I ain't got no rose. Oh man.
So man.
I love you too, Bobs. We miss you, Thickums. That nigga Cuddy know the vibes.
He over there laughing.
That nigga Cuddy know the vibes. Pancho, get the fuck out of here.
That's what I'm talking about, Pancho. This is what
the fuck out of here with the Knicks, B.
New York Knicks. Let's get it.
Get the Knicks the fuck out of here.
Go New York. Go New York. Go. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Hold up. Side note from Kawhi. Did you see that the motherfucking Knicks said that getting Carmelo Anthony back is their top priority? If you don't get the Knicks the fuck out of here, get the Knicks the fuck out of here. Go that way. Fucking you and all you niggas.
Relax.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, relax.
Bum ass Knicks.
That's not gonna happen. Relax.
Golden State does need to get it together, Bobs. Big facts. But anyway,
she's saying that because of her son Justin, because he's a Curry fan.
First off, she got grown men in her house. Okay, that nigga's a grown ass man now. Okay, so you could go get your own team now. You ain't gotta like who your baby like no more.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Kawhi, back to Kawhi.
Yeah, back to Kawhi. So what I was saying was, I've been explaining to people that the NBA is really a players' league, more than any other league, more than Major League Baseball, more than the NFL. The players have the absolute power in this case, and it's just a typical move of him exercising that power in order to renegotiate, to get a little bit more money out of the Clippers, or just basically go to another team. Plain and simple.
If he does go to another team, just out of curiosity, where do you think he goes? Play devil's advocate for a moment.
That's actually a great question. I think if he goes to another team,
because before you answer, you got to remember they got cap space, and they got to be willing to take a shot on a 30-plus-year-old superstar coming off a knee injury, who they know they're not going to get back till probably playoffs of next year.
Correct. I can see.
Who's that desperate?
Oh, wait, who's that desperate?
What do you think is that desperate? Because that's a desperation move.
It would be, I think, a desperation move, but it could also be a move for a team that's willing to be patient and just wait till he gets better to come out and play. And the team that I'm going to mention actually is the Warriors. I could see the Warriors making a play for him. I don't know. I just feel that way.
For the Warriors?
Okay. Yeah, I could see the Warriors just being patient enough to wait. Yeah. Because I don't see him in Lakerland. I think the Lakers are already cash strapped, especially with the Westbrook deal. And the Lakers need shooters, but we're gonna get into the Lakers in a few.
Right.
So
I don't believe. I mean, if we're talking realistically, I think he goes back to the Clippers.
You think he just goes back?
I think he just goes back to the Clippers. Money,
basically.
Right.
Okay.
I'm having the issue of trying to figure out where he goes, because you have to remember, when you're taking Kawhi, you're not just taking Kawhi, you're taking what comes along with Kawhi.
Correct.
You're taking
a lot of baggage,
load management, like that. There's a lot of teams who, I'll give you a perfect example. You take that shit as much as I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm not a Knicks fan. But Tom Thibodeau not having you come to his team load manager. He's not letting you do that.
No, he's not.
Tom Thibodeau is not allowing you to come to New York to load manage.
You could be a superstar.
It doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter who you are. They're not letting it happen.
I agree.
You cannot go to certain franchises and think that you are going to pull the wool over these niggas' eyes for the money you asking in your 30s.
Correct.
Because you're not 24. There's no guarantee you can come out of this and be okay. See, the difference with what happened with KD was he had a freak accident, and it wasn't less violent or less hard to come back from. But when you're talking about an Achilles tear, it's a lot easier to get back from that and be healthy, especially when you're in the shape that KD was in. He's not super heavy. Like it's that injury is easier to come back from regardless of age and be healthy. KD doesn't rely on his athleticism. It's more his skill. Kawhi relies on his athleticism a lot more than KD does for his defense and his hustle. And Correct. You're going into your 30s and you're requesting this kind of money. And it means the first year we give you this money, you're going to sit out
most of the season. Mm-hmm.
Does it warrant that, along with,
which is not a good look,
along with what your load management and breaking up the locker room?
I just realized you got new headphones. I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh yeah, these are usually my like recording headphones.
Yeah, those are the good headphones.
Yeah. I still have my other ones that I use for the podcast. It's just these were plugged in because I've been quietly working on things.
Audio Technica, right?
Yeah. I've been quietly working on a couple things, and these were already plugged in.
Right.
So, but yeah, man. So I think if he has to go somewhere else, who would have the ability to put up with this whatever's happening, and feel like they might have a shot at doing so. This is kind of a stretch, but I would say someplace like Milwaukee would work.
Okay.
Because nobody in Milwaukee has an ego where they feel like we have to. Now he has to come play with us. We did this without you. Having you here is a plus.
Right.
But we did this without you.
Correct.
Right. And no offense, Milwaukee's not.
Sort of like what KD was to the Warriors in a sense.
Exactly.
In a sense, just in a sense.
Exactly. Except
still got them too.
Except Milwaukee is not the Warriors by any stretch of the imagination.
No,
them niggas are not repeating. So let's not do that.
I mean, that's a bold claim.
Them niggas are not repeating.
But okay.
We'll niggas are not repeating. We don't need to revisit shit. Them niggas ain't repeating.
So you don't think they're coming out of the East?
No.
Who's coming out of the East?
The Nets.
Okay. All right. I mean, if you say so.
They should have came out.
Actually, you have to say that as a Nets fan.
No, I don't, because we ain't never won shit.
See, the thing is, the thing is,
we got hurt.
My thing is with the Nets is about availability. If they're not going to be available, they're not going to make it out. It don't matter.
Right.
Period.
You're right. That's why I said if we're healthy, then yeah. This year we came in hurt and never really got healthy at all, except for KD. So now we have a full off season to get healthy. Then cool. But until then, you know what I mean?
Right.
Nets ain't gonna even nigga worry. Yo, first off, my nigga, you're a Wizards fan. You're a Wizards fan.
Oh wow, he's a Wizards fan.
Get them niggas all the way the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody worry about them niggas. Nobody worry. Y'all niggas, y'all still have a franchise. I don't even know what y'all niggas logo look like. Fuck is you? Hey, real niggas talking here. Chill out. You know what I mean? Chill out, bro. Chill out. We're going, all right, so let's go ahead and
don't forget the Nets were a laughing stock for a very long time.
I know, I was part of it.
Okay, good.
All right. So before we get into everything that's going on, let's give praise. LeBron being the first active billionaire basketball player in history. That means,
wait a second. You trying to tell me he jumped over the jump man? Is that what you're saying?
It depends on who you ask, I guess. Because what they say, haters gonna say it's fake.
Right, exactly.
Haters gonna say it's fake. Niggas not gonna believe Jordan never did. Come on, man. Haters gonna say it's fake.
Pretty much.
So I'm not mad at it. So
kudos to that man.
A billion. A Billy. What?
The man from Akron. Just a black man from Akron, Ohio. Like, that's enough for me.
Since we're talking about making a Billy and doing it in different streams, go get that Jason merch. That's one stream right there. Bang. Look how I flawlessly just threw that in there. Yeah, your boy got marketing. All right. Boom. All right. But you got to think about it. LeBron's done it from movies to shoes,
right,
to investments. Like, and then you think about his philanthropic work from the schools to like, man, just
helping the community,
just everything, bro. How can you not
being an awesome human being?
If you don't fuck with LeBron, as a human being,
you must be a Trump.
I mean, as a basketball player, you can't knock LeBron the human. You can't knock LeBron the human being,
and people will still find a way to knock him.
Yeah, they will. I forgot. I'm not gonna.
Especially the Trump tards.
We'll talk about this next week. About no, we won't. I'm talking about right now because it annoys me. You know what? There was a young lady in the WNBA who's been screaming negative things about LeBron recently, saying that LeBron has been trafficking women and selling drugs, and he stole all her WNBA money out her account. And I thought to myself, why would a man worth $1 billion need to take your WNBA salary? Sweetheart.
This is the extent
Sweetheart,
where the hate goes when it comes to LeBron.
This is I'm not overlooking anything. Look, I get enough backlash about how I say things and about dismissing certain things, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of that for the rest of my life.
Of course.
There's things that I'm not buying. There are things that I will never buy. If a man is worth $1 billion, no offense, the WNBA has been kept alive by the NBA and by funding from players like LeBron James.
Correct.
Multiple times. I highly doubt whatever your WNBA check was 4 years ago that you're saying he took from you was even worth the hassle of what it would have taken to get access to your WNBA check. I highly doubt whatever you're claiming LeBron stole from you and ruined your life.
Terrible.
To me, it sounds like mental illness. I wish you nothing but the best. Please go get help because it sounds like mental illness. I'm keeping it a bean. That's not a joke. That's not, some people get it in their heads. I've dealt with people like this. I have a situation I will not say. Someone personally thinks that I am out to get them. Someone believes that I am out to get them.
To what? To like kill them?
To ruin them. To ruin their reputation. To ruin their name. To ruin their lives. Someone thinks that I am out to get them.
Yeah, that sounds pretty personal on their end.
It does. But this is something that I can't discredit. I have no reason why I don't even know these people.
Right.
But someone has it built in their head that I am out to get them, that I am out to ruin their lives, that I am sending people for them, that I am sending subliminal messages through Facebook and all of this directed at them. That everything I do is a subliminal message toward them.
Yeah.
Or was at some point. And it never has been. It never has been and never will be. If you're watching this now, it never has been, never will be.
No.
But that's what happens. That's what happens when this isn't correct. Which is why I'm not making fun of her.
Right.
Which is why I'm not making a game of it, because I believe there is a problem there. So please go get checked. Mental health is real. So
yeah. Mental health is a real thing.
So we're gonna go ahead and get from that, and we're gonna go to,
and shout out to LeBron.
Shout out to LeBron. We're gonna go straight to the big dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Westbrook to the Lakers. Westbrook to the Lakers. God damn it, what you think?
I think they have another shot creator, at this moment in time, which is much needed. I also think they do need shooters, and it seems like shooters are becoming more and more expensive, which is why I brought up the fact that since they have Westbrook, they're a little bit cash strapped at the moment, and they're going to need some money, some flexibility in order to get some shooters on that team, because obviously it's a shooters league at this moment in time. And I see it as a good fit personally. I can see Westbrook bringing down the ball for 3 quarters. And in the 4th quarter is going to be LeBron bringing it down. So I think it's a good addition, and Westbrook did need a change in scenery from where he was previously, I think. He goes back home to his home state, I'm saying. And I think it's a good look overall for the Lakers. And will they be coming out of the West? I think this gives them, it gives them a shot. It definitely gives them a shot.
I think that I've been holding on to this take for our show.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers getting Westbrook is going to do one of two things. It's never going to be dependent on his skill. Mm-mm. It's never going to be dependent on Westbrook's skill, because Westbrook is, as far as skill-wise, he's there. As far as motors go, he has probably, God damn. Is that right?
Yeah, I was just messing with the mic over here.
Okay. Let's start over.
Pause.
So Westbrook's skill is going to be there. His motor is unquestioned. He has probably one of the best motors in NBA history. I've never seen anybody play from start to finish the way he does with the veracity and the vigor that he plays with. It's unheard of. It's crazy.
Plays at 100.
He plays at 100 miles an hour from tip to whistle. So that's great. He's a terrible 3-point shooter. So was LeBron by standard. AD, I guess, is okay for a big man, but they don't have any shooting. They're going to have to go get shooting because they traded away one of their pure shooters in KCP to get Westbrook. Schroeder is still there, but they're going to be able to get him off the books soon enough.
Correct.
And that opens up. Free agency looks amazing right now. You have guys like Duncan Robinson, who won't be super expensive because he's still young, but a pure shooter. You have guys like Danny Green, JJ Redick, all of these guys who are actual still shooters, way available. Not to mention, you have Westbrook has to be able to accept his role. In order for this to work, Westbrook has to feed into what is happening. None of this matters. None of this works. None of it comes into play.
Functions, right?
If Westbrook can't accept the fact that your role here is different. He didn't accept that in Houston. He said he got tired of playing that way. He wanted to play his game. He did not accept that in Washington. He did not accept it there. He wanted to play his game. He is going into a new situation with the 14 in 4 years, and he is not going to accept it, and they are going to crumble at some point, or he is going to accept his role, which I think is possibly more fun for him. Westbrook is underrated as far as his mid-range jump shot goes.
Correct. He can get on the elbow and shoot that,
and kill you from there,
and drain it. Yeah, and drain it from there.
He is great at that. If
Correct.
he just plays off the ball, if he plays the two, and LeBron really plays the ball handler, but I'm gonna go ahead and transition into the next topic while I'm doing this because it just makes sense.
Right.
He is going, if they do go out and get Chris Paul, who's opted out, and they get some of these guys that they're talking about in a Melo, DeMar DeRozan, who is very interested in playing for a vet minimum to be able to play at home.
Correct.
You're talking about a team that could literally contain 3 to 4 future Hall of Famers and 3 All-Stars.
That are a bit aged, but continue.
But skill set wise, they're good enough to get it done.
Right.
They're good enough to get it done. And we're not talking about necessarily their last year old.
Right.
Westbrook is 30 something. Like, he still has that motor. And Anthony's going to come off the bench and give you a good playing time. AD is still young.
Correct.
And DeMar DeRozan is still very young. You're talking about guys who once, let's say 2 or 3 years of this is done, and Chris Paul, if he decides to go there, retires. LeBron is done. You still have a core there of DeMar DeRozan. You still have a good, solid AD. If you go get a Duncan Robinson,
correct,
he's still there. Caruso is still there. You still have Dwight Howard is talking about coming back for his third stint. There's not a person in the NBA right now who isn't somehow tied to wanting to go to the Lakers. It's all about how it pans out.
Right.
Now, here's the Lakers' problem. Outside of shooting, when you get, and we've seen this, we've watched it. If you've watched the playoffs this year, when you get to the playoffs, the game slows down. The game slows down. It becomes
physical.
It becomes a little more physical.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be able to hit free throws.
That's key.
You have to be able to hit free throws. Russell Westbrook just came off a season where he hit, was it 64?
64%
of his free throws.
Mm-hmm.
And LeBron has been hovering around 60% for around 3 years now.
About, yeah.
And these are going to be your main ball handlers.
Mm-hmm.
You look across at their direct competition in the Nets. The two favorites, let's just say the two favorites, who are the favorites by Vegas, are the Nets, and then the Lakers. That was even before the Westbrook trade.
Correct.
The Nets, you have Kyrie Irving shooting 92% from the free throw line.
Correct.
James Harden shooting 86% from the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
KD shooting 88% from the free throw line. When it comes down the stretch of these playoff games, we watched it in Phoenix. We watched it with Milwaukee and the Lakers. I mean, not the Lakers, but Milwaukee and the Nets. We watched it with every single playoff run this year.
Right.
Free throws matter.
They do.
Free throws matter.
And they come back to haunt you at the end of
They
each game.
They come back to haunt you.
They do.
We noticed with 76ers and Ben Simmons.
But with what happened with Ben Simmons, it was a total collapse in confidence as well with Ben Simmons. Like, he was scared to even drive. He was at points scared to even shoot. I've never seen that in a basketball player. I'm talking about like in the likes of like Nick Anderson in like the 93 NBA Finals when he like missed those free throws, and let the Houston Rockets. I mean, the Houston Rockets were gonna win probably in 5 games, but they swept them in that series. But I'm talking about like from a mental standpoint, his confidence was just completely shot. And I hadn't seen that, maybe since like the 90s in a player like Nick Anderson, or maybe a player like John Starks as well. But never mind.
If Westbrook can accept his role of you play off ball, when I give you the ball, you go get a bucket. That's all you got to do. Right. Go get a bucket. They'll be great. They'll be great.
No, they will be. They will be. They will be. Like I said, it's another shot creator that the Lakers have.
If he wants to run the offense and play the way that he's played in his entire career, you got to think, Westbrook has played with Harden twice. He's played with KD. He's played with Bradley Beal. He's played with some of the greats.
The best of the best, yes.
And his playoff record is terrible. Terrible. He's never even sniffed the ring.
They've been to the Western Conference Finals when he was with the Thunder and when KD ran to the Warriors.
Yeah, but KD
and I think they were ahead in that series too.
They were, but the point is KD, and everyone said it, you can't win with Russ playing the way he plays. And I think that it has become more apparent.
Right, it's very reckless.
It's not so much when KD left and when players that are around Russ, when you look at them, it's not so much that, damn, KD wanted to leave and go to the Warriors. Yeah, sure, he did. But a lot of it also has to come down to, I can't stay here.
Correct.
Not with this. I can't stay here with this. Because I know staying here with this, I know what this is. I know how this story ends.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much in a nutshell.
If Russ goes to the Lakers,
Russ Westbrook basically has a huge ego.
If Russ goes to the Lakers, if Russell Westbrook goes to the Lakers and it doesn't work,
that's it.
They're gonna look at him.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily fair, but you gotta look.
But it's gonna happen.
That's what's gonna happen. Yeah, because they won before he got there.
And they're going to point the finger at him.
They're going to point at him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fact.
So
I agree.
It's in Russ's best interest. Go to LA, settle down,
young
and
man.
play the way you're supposed to, or to play the way they want you to.
Yeah. Play the way you're being coached to, basically.
Pretty much. All right. Now next. We have. All right. So this week, the past week has been rather interesting. The subject of homosexuality is always it seems like it's always floating around in hip hop. It's always something that is being slowly stepped around, or eggshells that are being walked on when it comes to the culture. But in the past week, the baby made some disparaging remarks or remarks that could have been taken in a negative light while on stage at Rolling Loud.
Correct.
He then doubled down on said comments by trying to clarify those comments on an Instagram live or Instagram post, which usually never goes well. There were other couple artists who got into this back and forth for it. Ended up Lollapalooza ended up pulling the baby from their card this weekend.
Correct.
Dula Pia, she removed the song with the baby that she had with the baby off her Spotify and off the playlist.
Correct.
But then kept the
Elton John came out too and he spoke against it as well.
I don't want this to sound like this is me coming at the baby. That's not what this is. I'm using this as a catalyst to get to a point. Hip hop and homosexuality have never gone hand in hand. Hip hop and homosexuality will never go hand in hand. I hate to say it this way. I hate to say it this way. It will never go hand in hand. There's a reason. There's a reason it will never go hand in hand. Now, do I think it needs to go hand in hand? I'll get to what I think in a moment. But it will never go hand in hand. The reason it will never go hand in hand is because what hip hop represents and what each hip hop artist represents. You look at guys like DaBaby. Hip hop and mainstream culture loves looking at black artists like DaBaby, at Lil Boosie, at Meek Mill, at whomever. And they love looking at us because we are what they want to be. We are what's cool. We are we are a window into a lifestyle they never actually live. We are a voice, a life, a image that they want to portray. The problem is that word portray. See, when you portray something, you get to cut out what you don't like. If I don't like how I'm acting, or if I don't like how this works, I can cut something out.
Correct.
See, the problem is when you're not portraying something, you don't get to cut out things. You are who you are.
Right.
What comes along with these rappers whom are coming from inner city, who don't do a lot of emotional speaking, who aren't taught anything outside of homophobia, who really do have homophobia in the hoods, who aren't taught how to deal with homosexuals or homosexuality, who aren't taught how to deal with sexuality at all,
right,
or any sort of emotion most of the time. You know what happens? They toughen up. Anything that is seen as emasculating or feminine or homosexual is used as a derogatory term. When someone says something is gay, it's never cool. There's always something bad. Oh, dog, that shit gay. That shit gay.
Yeah.
You say something that could even jokingly be taken in a homosexual manner. That nigga big. Pause, bro. Whoa.
Right.
The entire culture is built around anything that is masculine and completely breaks down anything that isn't. So how can you love every part of that artist who represents that upbringing and then turn around and expect them to not have the same flaws that come with that upbringing. When you have what comes with that upbringing, they're gonna say nigga. That's what comes from our neighborhoods. They're gonna say bitch. That's what comes with our neighborhoods.
They're gonna say faggot.
They're gonna say faggot. That's what comes from these neighborhoods.
Yeah.
They're gonna be homophobic. That's what comes from these neighborhoods.
That's basically the neighborhoods we came out of. Yeah.
Exactly. So until they learn different or until they feel different, and they never will, they may never learn different. How can you expect him to act different? How can you turn around and love every morsel of a black artist coming from the slums and then hate their flaws?
Correct.
You can't appreciate him literally on a record. You go and buy a record of him killing another black man on that song, talking about fucking bitches raw and leaving kids behind and selling dope and busting guns and doing all that shit, and then turn around and get offended when he don't support homosexuality.
Sounds like a contradiction.
It's not fair. It's not fair to that artist, because the thing is, the reality of it is, they don't know no better. They don't know no better because that's how they were raised. They are not acting. They are not portraying an image. This is who they are. So when they show you who they fully are,
believe them.
Believe them. You knock them for it. Now here's the other side of the coin.
Man.
Here's the other side of the coin. I'm not saying you got to accept it. That's the difference.
It's like anything in life.
I'm not saying you got to accept it, because for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Of course.
If we giving you these millions and millions and millions of dollars as an artist to come out here and represent us, I expect you to act accordingly. You'd be surprised how many homosexuals sign your check. You'd be surprised how many homosexuals in high places don't like when you call them faggots. You'd be surprised how many homosexuals in high places you done shook their hands and never knew they were gay. You think they're going to allow you to come in their stage and disrespect them? Come into their business world and disrespect them? No. They're not having it. So yes, the way you are is exactly how I'm giving you your money. But what that means is when you step into this business world, you can't be mad when they punish you for it. The business world can't expect any different, but you can't be mad when they punish you for it.
No.
That's just the business side of it. The personal side of it, as far as the intricacies of how I interact with it in my home and personally and all that, I never understood that. I never understood how that was a problem.
Right.
Not till this day have I ever understood how that is a problem. Lil Nas X having gay dudes dancing in his video, how is that my problem? Why is that my problem? You know what I do with videos I don't like, Jay? Turn it the fuck off. Turn it the fuck off.
Keep scrolling.
I am 110% heterosexual male. I ain't never seen no shit that made me question that.
Me either.
So why you? So you what would? What is it about gay imagery that scares you? I've never watched no shit that made me go, damn, I may be gay. No.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen a bunch of people that'll basically lose their minds over who someone else sleeps with or the type of lifestyle that they have.
Never.
It's just amazing. My thing is, if you're sure, completely sure, 100% sure, 110% sure about your sexuality, nothing that you see on TV, portrayed or not, should affect you ever.
Nothing.
Ever.
Nothing.
Ever.
Nothing.
Why would Harry sleeping with Tom bother you? How would that affect you?
I don't get it.
How does that affect you? In what way does that affect you? I don't know.
I don't get it. And what makes it even...
Some people think, oh, well, you know, the influence that they have now, you know, with movies and when it comes to commercials and when it comes to like just anything, when it comes to entertainment, oh, they have an influence. They're influencing my children. They're shoving it on my children. No, they are not. And if you believe that they are influencing your children, maybe you're not doing right by your children and the way you're raising them.
Don't you control what your children watch?
And
don't you control the content your children consume?
Yep.
Let me explain something to you.
And even if they manage to see it, for instance, as a parent, you could still break things down. You could still break things down to them and explain to them what that's about, what it is. Plain and simple. It's all about just being a parent. I'm sick and tired of people pinpointing and looking at these celebrities, and it doesn't have to be a rap artist. It could just be anything
Anybody
on TV, and just pointing the finger at it and saying, it's your fault that my son or my daughter is this way. Like, no. You're supposed to be the household name in your house. You're supposed to be commander and chief in your house. To what your children consume, what they read, it's like, I don't understand. I just don't understand. And for the life of me, there's always going to be people, like there's always going to be racist people. There's always going to be homophobic people.
Mm-hmm.
We're always going to see something like this. But one thing that I'll never understand is, how am I losing sleep based on who someone else decides to sleep with?
Bro,
how do you fucking lose sleep? Bro, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense. And if you let that influence you, that sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, it does. It's crazy.
Because we heterosexual here too.
I don't get it.
And I got family that are homosexual.
Yeah.
Why can't we coexist?
We do. We do coexist. I've never been in a situation where anything homosexual has been said to or around me, or any imagery that's ever come on television or a movie that has made me stop and go, you know what? I really want to suck a dick right now. You know what I really want to do right now? You
said it. I'm not laughing.
But that's the point. Like,
right.
Nothing in life has ever made me go, you know what?
I wonder what it's like, right?
I think I want some dick. It'll never happen. And if it has happened, well, maybe there's another conversation to be had.
And another thing is, yes, we are all entitled to our own opinions, but that doesn't mean that opinion or whatever you choose to express out in the public is going to come without consequence.
Exactly.
Or repercussion.
Exactly.
And that's the next thing. But
y'all will learn.
I'll leave it to y'all. I'll leave it to y'all.
Y'all will learn. Sometimes shutting the fuck up is the best
wisdom.
thing you could do.
It's wisdom. There's wisdom in silence, which a lot of people don't realize. What are you laughing at, Pancho? There's a lot of things. There's true wisdom in silence.
Yeah.
Look that up.
Yeah. There's a lot of things you can do in silence, and it will save you. Like there's something else I wanted to say. Like, people never view things the same when it comes to them. Like, I will not forget one of the tweets I saw about Lil Nas X's new video with the gay guys and Jack Harlow dancing in the shower or whatever. Right. Somebody said, "Oh my God, you got gay guys in this video too. We get it, you're gay." I was like, so is there a limit of, like, I mean, no offense. I'm just asking. I'm once again just asking. There's bitches in every rap video.
Shaking that ass.
Shaking ass. At what point do you niggas go, okay, we get it. You're straight.
Get it. You're straight.
You got it. We got it. There's bitches. We got it. Like, this is what I mean by they don't see the flaws.
And it's crazy how we.
And you know what? You know what else? You know what else could have made it a lot easier for you?
Right.
Just not even watching the video. Not watching the video. Not watching it. Not watching it. You can't be mad.
I still haven't watched that Lil Nas X video.
Neither have I, and I'm not going to. You know why? Because it doesn't interest me.
It's not an interest.
It's not for me. So
it's not an interest, and I'm not gonna sit here and hate on a group of people basically because I'm not interested in their lifestyle. I'm not gonna do that because that's your lifestyle.
That's
how you choose to live. That has everything to do with you and nothing to do with me.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. And what makes it even worse to me when I think about it is that you realize a lot, once again, you realize a lot of this content you have to go seek out. Bro, as much as I've heard this Little X video and these other videos, you know, it's never come across my feed, has never come across my screen, has never come across my playlist, none of that. Which means the only way I'm going to see it is if I actively go seek it out. So y'all are telling me y'all are not gay. Y'all not gay. Y'all are not gay. Y'all are straight. Y'all are 100% straight, but are actively going to seek out the gay shit to comment on how gay the gay shit is to prove how straight you are.
What's this, the emoji? Like this? I'll leave it to y'all.
I think I'm done here. We're gonna come back to this because this is gonna continue to be an issue, and the reason I say it's never gonna be not an issue is because as long as hip hop continues to target and pull young inner city kids out as the face of the genre, whatever the problems the young inner city has is now going to be on Front Street.
Yeah. And
I do not see the young inner city not being homophobic anytime soon. We are not as bad as we used to be.
I agree partially what you're saying, but I believe in terms of hip hop and homosexuality, we've reached a point where it's a little bit more acceptable and a little bit better than it was in the 90s. Because in the 90s, I felt like hip hop overall was very aggressive, very masculine. And we've come to a point now where there's different walks of life who are doing hip hop, basically. So It's becoming just a little bit more accepting.
Right. And I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
No, and I agree with you. But what I'm saying is whether it's 5% more accepting or 10% more accepting, it's never going to be fully accepted. I see what this nigga Poncho talk about. Yeah, we are more accepting of it now, but that doesn't mean that it's ever going to be fully accepted. It's never going to be fully ingratiated into each other.
Bro, think about it. Racism is something that we're going to have to deal with until the
forever
day we die.
And that's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. As much as we try, as long as there are pockets that don't teach and don't believe what we're saying, that don't believe that minding your business is a good thing, who don't believe that everyone can live their own truth and it doesn't involve you, as long as there are pockets who don't teach that to their children, they're going to be little bastards and little evil people who grow up to be bigots and so on and so forth, just like their parents.
I'm still laughing at what you.
So it's gonna be there regardless of how this works out. Yeah. So unfortunately, no, there's not gonna be, but it is whatever. So also, if any of you can tell me
the fucking movies,
if any of you could tell me anything about this fucking Rose thing that I was talking about, the suction vibrate thingy, I keep seeing it. Nobody I know has used it yet. Nobody I know knows what's happening. Bob's got in the shower, so I know she's not paying us no attention.
Right.
But if anybody knows,
she should be out by now. I mean, how long is she going to stay in the shower?
If you or one of your lady friends or any ladies who's listening have used this vibrating Rose suction cup thingy, please explain it to me because I don't quite know what it is.
Yeah,
and I would
definitely.
like to because it seems hella interesting, and it seems like something your boy might want to add to the repertoire or to the toy chest. But I have no idea what the fuck it is. It looked crazy. I've seen this shit everywhere.
We need some education on this.
We needs that.
All right. Needs that.
So we're almost done. We have one more topic before we get the fuck up out of here. It's going to take a couple seconds. This weekend, Suicide Squad 2. Suicide Squad Dose, nigga. And it's going straight to HBO Max. HBO Max, Suicide Squad Dose, nigga. Are you excited?
Not really.
What, nigga? See, now you done ruined my whole day. You done ruined my whole fucking day. You and the hood behind you.
The first Suicide Squad was like, it was alright. It was alright.
We got ambulances behind you. Them niggas done passed out because we told them gay is okay. Them niggas over there dying in the street, huh? Ain't that about a bitch?
I'm gonna watch it anyway because I watched the first Suicide Squad, but overall, it's like I just feel like DC can still do a better job with these movies, and it's just one of those things. I don't think DC can ever replicate what they did with the Batman series, with that trilogy, with Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. To me personally, that is like the best single superhero series or trilogy I've ever seen in my life to this day.
Okay.
And that's just my opinion. And DC needs to get shit together. They need to get it together. And I'm hoping with Suicide Squad 2, they can get things together. I agree with you, Cuddy. I feel the same exact way. I watch it anyway, but it's not like I'm like super excited to see it. But I'll definitely watch it.
Also, let's not forget, I truly do. The first one was pretty bad. I'll give you that. It was, if you enjoyed it like I did, it was because you're a fan and you wanted to enjoy it. But I can admit it was pretty bad. This one, all of the reviews from all the critics who have already seen it, they're already praising it. They're already saying that this is probably the best DC movie since Dark Knight.
That's a good point, Cuddy.
The DC animated movies is fire.
Forget it.
Fire.
Yeah, they got the animation down pat.
But you know, it is what it is. So I'm excited because James
I actually rather watch DC animated movies than the Marvels.
Oh yeah,
actually.
Yeah,
I
very much.
That so much.
Very much.
So much more.
James Gunn and everybody that worked on this film, the roster looks crazy. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it. I'm excited. It looks great, man.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So let's see how this goes. And before we get out of here, let's not forget tomorrow, Dipset versus the Locks.
Dipset.
You know who I'm riding with.
LOX Rough Rider, you heard? We got
you know who I'm riding with, Dipset Bergen. You know what it's about.
We riding with Dipset around here too, yeah.
You know how we ride Harlem all day, nigga. You know we about. Anyway, Bergen, we out of here. Enjoy your week. Gone. Woo!